Halo semuanya, kembali lagi bersama gue si Robins dan kali ini gue akan bermain game Genshin Impact. Jadi kemarin gue masuk ke dalam teko dan gue bakalan lanjutin lagi. And here we go.
Where are we? What just happened?
Youngsters, this is where this old woman keeps all her things. Quickly now, go fetch that bell.
Whoa! That sounds like Granny's voice. So, this is her teapot? What's going on?
Oh dear, so many cobwebs. It seems I really haven't cleaned it in a long while. Sorry to trouble you children. Please help the old lady clean up.
Oke, udah selesai, langsung. Sekarang lawan batu.
Did you notice? The cobwebs were made of elemental energy. How long has it been since Granny last swept this place? You know, with such a special teapot and the cleansing bell, do you think this old granny could also be an adeptus?
Mungkin.
Paimon's more and more convinced that she's an adeptus. But don't they all live in Junyang Karst? Why would she stay in the city?
Take this!
Power the desert punch on!
Oke, udah selesai, langsung.
How many levels does this teapot have? It would be nice if we had one of these too. Or at least we wouldn't have to camp outside.
Ya, ini kekuatannya Adeptus, ini kekuatan dewa yang bikin-bikin kayak gini. Oke, ada belnya.
Oh, you found it. Youngsters are so quick on their feet.
Terus?
Now, let me see. How did this opening work again? Oh dear. All right, that'll do. Come on out now, children.
Oke, langsung keluar.
Oh, in and out in no time. You youngsters really are quick.
Apakah Anda seorang adeptus? Apakah Anda salah seorang dari Liwer Casing? Apakah Anda bersama dengan orang Fatui? Ini aja.
An adeptus. Oh, I haven't heard anyone say those words in earnest for a long time. As to whether I am one or not, child, surely you already understand.
Paimon kinda knows what you mean, but is also kinda confused. Are you really giving us the bell just like that, Granny? Don't you think it's weird? Something's just happened to Rex Lapis and then we come running up asking for it?
Oh, don't be silly. Liyue Harbor has been through a great deal in its history. In that time, it has seen the departure of countless adepti. But no matter what, we have always performed the rite of parting first before any other matters. To cry, "Catch the murderer," at the top of one's lungs, but ignore the rite of parting. That, to me, is what is wrong-headed. Now that you have come to borrow the bell, I guess that perhaps an old friend of mine has finally decided to take matters into their own hands. So, why would I be unwilling to lend you the bell?
Ini boleh untukku. Bagaimana jika teman lama Anda tidak mengembalikannya?
Oh? Well, if it came to that, they would find a certain old lady knocking at their door. We haven't met in a while anyway. It would be nice to share a drink and chat. Well, you must have things to do. Since you have the bell, you should return. Oh, and do tell the person who sent you that if they have time, they can come over for tea. I don't have much to offer, but you can always count on an old lady for a pot of tea.
We will. Thanks, Granny.
Oke. Paimon saja tidak bisa masuk. Gue bisa. Jangan bukan. Langsung ke dekat.
Indeed, this is the cleansing bell. It's in good condition. Let's place the perfume we've prepared inside.
Oke. Kamu kenal dengan Madam Pink? Kamu juga seorang adeptus? Jangan.
Of course. How would I know that the bell was with her otherwise?
That's suspicious. But if you don't want to talk about it, we won't pry. Oh, yes, that old granny asked us to tell you something. If you have the time, you can come over for tea. I don't have much to offer, but you can always count on an old lady for a pot of tea.
That tone does not suit you. Still, her teapot is indeed very good. There are none better for brewing tea. When a suitable time arrives, I'll bring a spot of fine tea and pay her a visit.
So what's the next step in our preparations?
Next, we need to purchase kites.
Ooh, Paimon loves kites! Are you taking us kite flying? Is this our break time?
No. Kites are children's toys, yes. But they also play various symbolic roles in Liyue's rituals. I will explain it to you. But our next course of action should probably be to purchase the kites first.
Oh, sure. Curiouser and curiouser.
Curious and curiouser. Oke, diserbu layang-layang. Di mana? Downtown.
Ah, sir, you're here. The 7 kites you asked for have been made to order. Would you like to take them now?
Yes, thank you.
It's rare to see customers who want to buy this type of kite nowadays. In the early days, we used to get orders from people of all walks of life.
Well, this is Mr. Zhongli from the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, so he's probably well-versed in all these walks of life. We've talked about a whole bunch of things while traveling with him.
mode ekonomi perhiasan dan perselian geok, tempat flora dan fauna. Ini aja.
He seems to know Liyue's favorite topics, money and government, really well, but he likes talking about less useful topics instead.
Well, that's because I prefer to share fun things with you.
Children's toys are very fun things, that's for sure. I enjoy watching the children at play as much as anyone else, but there is more to it than that. Finely crafted toys are well loved by children, but this craft itself has been honed over thousands of years, and there is meaning behind that. I have made kites in Liyue for 40 years, and I am intimately familiar with the forms passed down from my ancestors. The meaning of these 7 kites is far from banal.
Indeed. These are decorations used in the rite of parting. The 7 kites represent the 7.
I took the liberty of coloring outside the lines when doing the insignia of the Animo Archon. As for the kite that honors the Geo Archon, one must follow the contract given right down to the last letter. These patterns are ancient, and you can also find them in the Golden House.
Ah, Paimon's heard that name before.
Shh,
Huh?
jangan bicara.
The design of this kite displays a firm grasp on the cyclicality and eternity so dear to the Electro Archon. These markings of tree and leaf pay due honor to wisdom and the passage of time. All this on a single kite. Truly astonishing. Justice flows across the surface of the waters. War rages like a flame, as does that which the Cryo Archon once.
The compliments of a learned man truly are pleasant.
Well then, Granny Shen, I shall take these back with me. As for the payment,
Untuk pemberian katanya.
Well, allow me.
Hey, it's Child!
Apakah kalian janjian ketemu di sini? Kamu mau mengunjungi kami ya?
No, I was merely passing through. I see Mr. Zhongli's the same as ever. When paying, well, when getting others to pay for him, he neither looks at the price tag nor his wallet. He knows a great deal about money, and about the trials of the common man. He just doesn't consider poverty to be something that could ever happen to him. Or perhaps, you could say that he cannot imagine himself lacking money.
How has he not died of hunger yet?
child, you are as fond of jokes as ever. Well then, since we've purchased our kites without incident, there's no need to take a break before moving to the next step in our preparations. The rite of parting requires helping hands as well as materials. We should...
Oh, by the way, take this bag of money. You probably won't want to let Zhongli do the bargaining, if you know what I mean. Seems I missed out on some interesting information. I suppose I'll just have to find a more opportune moment next time.
Oke, temukan 3 orang pekerja. Oke, ada Toe.
Hiring help? Sure. But let me just say first that I'm a reserve member of the Adventurers Guild. I take adventuring commissions, but I don't do anything clerical.
Adventure? Venturing into the mountains to capture a few crystal flies seems adventurous enough.
Eh? That's not hard. Almost a bit too easy for a reserve adventurer. Never mind. I'll only charge you 15,000 Mora. What say you?
A most fair price.
Tidak, mari kita negosiasiin harganya. Harga yang cukup adil. 3.000 sampai 15.000. Kita tawar 12 sampai 12.000 ya. Tiga pekerja ya. 3 pekerja Nih, ini nggak bisa pas ya. 15.000, 15.000, 15.000 berarti 45.000. Kalau gitu 12.000 ya. Nah, kalau cobaan ketikitan takutnya.
5 geo crystal flies. Yes, I do think it's worth about this much. I'll do it.
Oke. Dia mau 3.000 tadi gimana ya? Tapi jangan deh, kasihan. Oke, ada tag.
A full day of odd jobs at Eugene Terrace. No problem. 25,000 per day. A fair trade, yes?
Whoa, that's expensive. Could you give us a bit of a discount on account of the whole Hero of Mondstadt thing?
Hero of Mondstadt? Never heard of them.
Well, you may never have heard of this hero, but it seems you've heard of Mora nonetheless. Thus, I will simply pay the whole sum.
Tidak, mari kita negosiasi. 25.000. Sampai suasana hati lumayan seneng. Jadinya sampai tawar 7.000 aja dah. 18.000.
This price will do. No loss to me for a day's work.
Oke. Mau di 18.000 tuh. 7.000 lumayan. Oke, yang terakhir tik. Tadi ada tik, tek, tok ya. Terlalu namanya terlalu. Ada, bodo amat lah.
Oh, help? Sure. I, Tick, always put in 100% effort into everything I do. Of course, there'll be a premium if you want me to give 110%. So what's the job?
Let me see. We are still missing some wooden implements over at Eugene Terrace. They aren't uncommon objects, so I didn't make any special preparations for them.
No problem. That'll be 20,000 mora for a single trip. How does that sound?
Done.
Sepertinya uang kita tidak cukup.
This is all you got? Then no can do.
Silakan kamu pergi mencari seorang yang bernama Child.
Child? No. He's putting up the money? Oh, still no. Wouldn't that mean I have to make 2 trips rather than 1? How about this? Let's make a trade. I'll take what you're offering right now and get me a single Chinkson flower, and I'll consider that payment for a detour to find this child fellow. How does that sound?
Guess we've got no choice.
Oke, gue punya Kingsing Flower.
Have you brought the goods? Hey, that's pretty good. These things are pretty rare, and I have no idea where I'd find them. With this Chinkson flower, I should be able to pacify my daughter tonight. I'll make sure the work is done before I return home.
Oke. Kingsing Flower gue udah banyak, banyak bet malah. Sekarang ke Child. Oke, kita ketemu Child langsung.
All finished then? Splendid. Any leftover cash is yours to keep. A favor for the Fatui should never go unrewarded.
You think you can buy us off with some loose change? No way! Paimon demands to know when the next payment is coming.
Well, how does this sound? You give me the information I need, and maybe I'll leave the Northland Bank's vaults open and unattended for half an hour.
Kayak gue salah ya, harusnya tadi gue tawar lebih gede aja. Ya
What
udah,
info do you need?
tidak bisa.
Huh. Does that mean you know what he's after?
Orang-orang Fatui menginginkan apa lagi? Masih ingat di Mondstadt?
Yikes! You're right! Signora!
You both need to calm down. I don't know what's gotten into you. Just what is this about? The atmosphere got so tense all of a sudden.
Ada pengalaman buruk sih sama Fatui.
Next, we need some everlasting incense. For this, we need to go to Boo Boo Pharmacy, the finest pharmacy in all of... Is everything okay?
Habis ribut.
Everything is fine. I was just informing them that they need not return the surplus Mora. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be going.
Paimon definitely felt like Child wasn't happy with us just now.
Iya ya. Langsung kayak kesel gitu dia mendengar nama Signora. Ke Guizong, panggil ke Bubu Farmasi, oke? Oke, udah nyampe. Ke-trigger sendiri tuh cutscene-nya.
The reception is deserted. And it seems kinda spooky in here. Hello? Is anybody there?
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Huh? Did you hear that? Where did it come from?
The reception, it seems.
How about you go check it out, and Paimon will bring up the rear.
Gua disuruh cek. Sebagai MC harus berani. Iya, kissing ya. Kiki apa kissing? Nggak tahu. Kiki kayaknya.
Oh, there you are. But you can't even reach the counter.
Jika bicara soal tinggi badan sebenarnya Paimon lebih.
Joke's on you. Paimon floats, so height is no restriction. Anyway, there's something weird about this one over here. What's the talisman doing on her forehead? It can't be. She's a zombie.
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Kiki kan bener.
I am Chi-Chi. Once upon a time, Chi-Chi died. Then, Chi-Chi was saved by the Adepti. Now, Chi-Chi is a zombie.
Apakah zombie termasuk sebagai adaptas? Sungguh hal yang sangat sulit, yang sulit dijelaskan dengan kata-kata.
Something like this would be unimaginable in Mondstadt.
Hello, little girl. Do you sell everlasting incense here?
Excuse me, sir. Did you bring your prescription?
Surely no prescription is needed to purchase everlasting incense. It's not a controlled substance.
Chi-Chi can get your medicine, but only if you show Chi-Chi your prescription. These are Chi-Chi's orders from Chi-Chi.
Perintah.
Zombies are limited to acting within the confines of their orders. And somehow in this case, the zombie issues her own orders to herself. My dear Chi-Chi, we didn't bring a prescription, I'm afraid. But we do hope that you can still help us find some everlasting incense.
Okay then,
How did you manage that?
but Chi-Chi helps you. You help Chi-Chi. Only fair.
Since when do customers need to do favors for customer service staff?
Never mind. Just think of it as a peer-to-peer transaction. That way everybody wins. Sometimes in Liyue, the art of the deal is simply about victory via mental gymnastics.
Go to Mount Tianheng, find the Guizhong Ballista, and hunt a cocoa goat. Please and thank you.
Please and thank you. Aku tidak begitu mengerti apa dia memperingatkan kita.
Guizhong Ballista. I have heard of this device before. It's a kind of crossbow turret, installed on Mount Qinheng by an adeptus in the distant past. An early mechanical device. Located in Qinheng Pass, it was designed to automatically fire at large monsters, protecting Liyue from external threats.
Mr. Zhongli really knows Liyue inside out.
Iya ya, dia benar-benar tahu loh semuanya yang ada di Liyue.
Apparently not quite. This is the first I have ever heard of the cocoa goat.
The cocoa goat is a legendary animal, an adeptibeast.
Did you want to add anything else, or...?
No, Just that the Coco Goat is a legendary animal. An adepta beast. What it looks like, don't know. Where to find it, don't know either. Where it came from, also don't know.
Intinya serba tidak tahu. Ini sulit juga.
Very well then. Let's start by investigating near the Guizhong Ballista. Perhaps we will find some clues.
What the heck is a Coco Goat?
Pasti kambing ya, kambing. Oke, langsung ke Guizhong.
Kobe!
Oke, kita nyampe. Periksa.
It's huge! Paimon can totally believe it took an Adeptus to build this. But how do you operate this thing? Just think how much strength you would need.
It is currently inoperable in any case. This device is broken.
Aw, what? It broke?
After millennia of wear and tear, even Adepti contraptions are difficult to maintain.
So what are we gonna do? Quick, Mr. Zhongli, use your unlimited high society knowledge powers!
You almost make it sound like I'm some sort of bourgeois parasite whose only utility lies in providing quaint pieces of trivia on demand. That said, let me think for a moment. As I recall, there is a military supply post from that period somewhere inside the pass. If we can retrieve the spare parts from where they are stored, we may be able to repair the Guizhong Ballista. One just needs to understand the basic working principles of the device.
So, what you're saying is that you actually understand the working principles?
I have a smattering of knowledge on the topic. With the parts in hand, I could at least tinker with it.
Oke. Terus, ambil suku cadang dari gudang pasukan militer.
Where is that supply post? Here, post.
Oke, di sini terus. Oke, ada musuh. Kayaknya nggak usah dilawan ya. Pakai Guizhong Ballista. Oke, langsung. Trik perbaiki.
Ah, these parts look useful. One moment. I will try to repair the device. It is done. The Guizhong Ballista is more intricately designed than I thought.
Ooh! Now how do we turn it on?
It's easy enough. We simply need to do this. Look, it even has a scope.
Over here we have nothing. And over there, more nothing.
Hey! Just what do you think you're doing?
Ada orang.
So you fixed up this turret because you're planning to do what, exactly?
Not a turret. A Guizhong Ballista. Also, kindly state your name before you ask a question. It's just good manners.
Ha! Are you blind or something? You're looking at the leader of the treasure hoarders, old man. This area's supposed to be chock full of hidden treasures, but you can't get anywhere near them with this thing keeping watch. It might look like any other mechanical device, but trust me, it's got a mind of its own. Last time we approached the mountain, it nearly skewered one of our guys. A few of us risked our lives to disarm it, which amazingly we managed. And then we turn our backs for 2 seconds, and you've already gone and repaired it! The next thing you'll be repairing is your faces! And that's if you get out of this alive!
Tut tut. Vandalizing the legacy of an Adeptus for selfish gain. Disgraceful behavior. It is not we who need reprimanding.
Mantap. Ada trial nggak? Ya, nggak ada trial. Keren ada trial. Langsung pakai ini dah, biar cepet. Ya, semuanya nggak ketarik. Au, mati kau. Oh, ada lagi. Langsung pakai ulti. Langsung mati. Au. Langsung. Oke, sisa dia. Mati. Easy.
These lowlifes didn't know who they were messing with.
Troubling ourselves over this rabble is not worth the time. We should focus on our contract with Chi-Chi.
Oh yeah, that! So we've got the Guizhong ballista working, but where's our Coca goat?
A search using the Guizhong ballista revealed no significant life forms nearby, save for the usual wildlife. What's more, a contraption built using Adeptus technology should have no trouble detecting an Adeptabeast, as Chi-Chi put it.
Which means...
Ini bukannya buang memperbaiki ini bukannya hanya membuang waktu. Diem aja.
A Paimon wouldn't go that far. We did something positive, right?
We won't solve anything while standing here and racking our brains. Let's return to Boo Boo Pharmacy, explain that we could not find a Coco Goat, and review our next step.
Good idea. We did our best, and that's what counts.
Oke. Balik lagi ke Kiki di Boo Boo Pharmacy. Oke, kayaknya udah agak kelamaan ya. Jadi gue bakalan end episode-nya di sini. Thank you udah nonton, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.